Yo.
Yo, hello. Dude, it's been a while since we've been up in this, what do you call that? Your room.
Oh, my feng shui. This is
Mhm.
my. Ignore how my screen looks, but this is my room. This is real. This
It's
is.
your garden. It's your garden of Eden.
I live in California right now.
I fly into Aurora on the weekends to visit your child.
Yeah.
That's you.
Most of the time it's just FaceTime, or I'll send a quick message, just a thumbs up.
You
Hello,
send
son.
you send the help.
Have you seen? It's from maybe the Wayans brothers in a movie they're in, or a skit, or maybe the
Yeah.
Chappelle, where he's like, "I'm here to see my son."
Yeah, it's the winds.
Picks him up, puts him down, and
Yep.
like leaves.
And he's like, I'll come back next week.
Yeah, yeah, that's me.
Yep,
No, just
that's
kidding,
you.
guys. Just kidding, guys.
Nah, dude, but it's been a while since we've been at it.
Yeah, like a little bit over a week or so.
Busy schedules, busy. I mean, wrestling. We've been pretty busy with wrestling too.
Yeah. It's been quite the treat the last 2 weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, what was 2 weeks ago? We went to the New Japan show, Windy
Mhm.
City Riot, which was awesome.
I wish I got some rest before.
Yeah, it's crazy because you went
I,
straight after work. You were up for like what, 20 something hours?
basically, yeah.
Yeah, I could
It
do
was
it.
like halfway through, I'd say, when I kept on like dozing in and out.
Yeah,
Like
we
I
have a
would, I would see them come in. I'm like, oh hey, cool, Konosuke Takesha, like recording it, and then I put my phone down, and then next thing you know, I'm like, oh shit, he won.
yeah, we have a picture. We have a picture of you just asleep.
That could be the cover for this episode.
I don't even have to put anybody's faces on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Antonio was like,
You,
"That's such a
you
dad."
still do it?
I crop Antonio's face off. Antonio, I might. Yeah, no, that was a great show. That was an awesome show. And then yeah, WrestleMania last weekend.
I think, and now I feel like I've completed the 4 big names I've watched. Well, I guess if you count a live event, I went to a live event,
Hmm.
went to AEW show,
Hmm.
went to a TNA pay-per-view, pretty
Oh yeah,
sick,
you've been to TNA. I have not been to
and
TNA.
New Japan. So I
You
think
got
now I
all the.
gotta.
You've seen all the big ones, pretty much.
I do. I don't know how we gotta make it work. Whenever they come, we gotta go to Monday Night Raw on
Yeah, I
Netflix.
know. Especially now that it's like, dude, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pricier now too. Though. That's
Yeah,
what everybody's been saying.
yeah. Well, I mean, from what I've seen, the only stuff that I've seen were from the California episode because it was the first one,
Yeah.
and then another one as well that was pretty sick, but tickets were pretty crazy than before.
I mean, usually tickets here, like especially when they come to Rosemont, they're usually between like $40 to $60 for like mid-level seats, which
Hmm.
aren't bad.
Yeah, that'd be like kind of where we sat that last
Yeah,
during the
honestly, dude.
Japan show.
Yeah, when I went to my first wrestling show, I googled like what's the best place to sit because it was like obviously everybody thinks floor seats, but if you're not ringside, like literally like on the barricade or like the second or third row, like everything else sucks because then if there's tall people in front of you, you can't see because the floor is flat. Everybody says to go to the 100 level to the mid level, like from there, because that's where
Yeah,
like the ring is. So you're
hmm,
literally at ring level, like in terms of visual. So that's what I
that's
usually
true.
try to tell people is like if you're gonna go like in obviously if you can only afford nosebleeds, that's fine. But like if you want to get like a good visual, yeah, definitely do like 100 level to mid level. Best viewing spot.
Yeah, so then that's like where we sat pretty
Yep.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were like right there, dude. We
yeah,
were what would you say, like 30 to 40 feet from the ring probably?
yeah. It's wild. Like in person, it feels like a lot closer. But like we try to take a picture, take a video of what's going on. Like it
Yeah.
looks like we're like way further.
Dude, that's I get that feeling too when I walk into like an empty arena and you see the ring and you're like, damn, why does the ring look so small?
Yeah, but then they start coming in and like
Yeah, and like the ring is like what, 20 by 20 or 18 by 18? I think it's 20 by 20.
yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, it's actually big.
yeah. I feel like I only know that because of the whole stuff with they used the indie ring AEW like a couple months back. There was a whole
That
discourse
was
about that.
when they went to Australia, no?
Yeah,
It was a smaller one, yeah, 18 by 18, I believe.
yeah, and then like now because of that, I just feel I just have that information stored
Well,
in
dude,
my
that's how
brain
we
log.
feel. The UFC feels. That's how we UFC fans feel about when they go to the Apex. Personally, I don't care, but like when they go to the Apex, that's when they do a lot of the fight nights. It's like their own cage. It's a smaller cage.
Oh yeah,
I think it's I can't even tell you the dimensions, but I think it's 18 by 18 as well. And I think normally it's 20. A lot of people, especially the fighters that like use a lot of movement, fucking hate fighting there for that same reason.
oh yeah, I
So I
bet.
like you said, smaller ring is probably the same shit. It's less area to work with.
It's pretty like these professionals like for us fans like the cage being different sizes doesn't
Hmm.
seem like much or like whether it's 20 feet or 18 feet of a ring
Yeah.
or like when TNA went from like we're like oh it's 6 rings like why would we do it 4
Oh, the 6 head to 4.
but
Yeah.
like and then now with more information that's out now like the wrestlers were like oh well it was actually like stretched out more so like it was a lot the bumps were a lot harder.
Harder. Yeah.
AJ Styles said when they went to the 4-sided ring
Like he
and
fucking loved it.
he was like, "Oh, he took a belly to belly from Kurt from the top rope," and he was
This
like, "Oh, like this is good."
is
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, it's crazy because I love the 6 headed ring, but then yeah, seeing how much the wrestlers hated it, it's like okay.
yeah,
It's like I
for
get it.
real. And even with like Kobe, there's the stories of Kobe Bryant where like the says like the rim is like slightly off or so.
Dude,
Like,
I was about to say that like us as basketball players, I can tell you like the backboard size to me matters a lot.
yeah,
Like the NBA, what are they? Is it 72 inches of a backboard? You've seen like the big backboards, bro. Like
yeah, it looks
they're
small, but when you're like not finally
underneath it,
like when you're underneath it and like when
dude.
you're there's one like that's like not hung up, it's like on the floor or something. It's
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Yep,
The rim is huge.
it's fucking awesome, dude. Because you have so much more room to work with. So I'm pretty sure that's how the wrestlers feel. It's like a bigger ring. I can work better. You know, you don't have to worry about overshooting it
Hmm.
or undershooting it. Like I think, especially if they've worked like a 20-footer for so long, you're so used to it, and then you gotta go like, hey, today it's 18-footers. Like, damn. Especially if you're an aerial guy. Now,
Yeah,
yeah, now you
I
gotta be
bet.
like, damn, I gotta like slow it down. I can't
I
overshoot it.
like yeah, like when they're jumping, like I usually like go this amount space, and
Mm-hmm.
like then they have to completely switch up their routine probably.
Like all that springboard shit. Like AJ, Will, Osprey, I could see why they would struggle.
Dude, like in New Japan, like it didn't look like that at the one we went to, but you know how like it's just like one small mat right on the side of the ring, then like the fence,
Yeah.
like it looks like very like a small amount of space to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like in AEW or WWE, it feels like
So wider.
yeah, and like they got
Yeah.
multiple mats.
Yeah, because even the announcers are behind the. It's a
Yeah,
lot more of like a traditional style. They don't really make the sidelines that big of a.
like the high flyers that they do have, and like the luchadors that go out there, like they make it work. And I'm like holy shit, because like it's such a small confined space, like that precision that
It,
they
I,
have
I
to
think
have.
it's that much more impressive,
Yeah,
and it's
for
also
sure.
that much more hard hitting when like they like take bumps out there
Yeah,
because it's like less work, and then it's less space, and then with less space, obviously there's less padding,
right, right.
so anything could go wrong. And then, dude, the little fences that they use, like I like them because it's just that old school look, but like you could easily
Yeah,
just push them and throw someone on the concrete.
right. Like somebody that doesn't know anything, like if you were to tell them like, oh hey, this match from the '90s, like check it out, like,
Hmm.
and they'll just fully believe it, like because
Yeah,
that's that type of like feeling that New Japan gives you.
it's just that hard hitting realness to it.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely a different style. I would say going to an AEW show, New Japan show, and WWE show, like live events, they're all different.
Mm-hmm.
Like every single one of them is different, and it's a good different. It's awesome.
What would you say like to the people like
Uh,
if for each one?
the WWE events are a spectacle. Like you're going there, and you are going to be entertained by the show itself. The lights, the
For every
music.
match.
Yeah, like the storytelling that the wrestlers. It's not always just gonna be like the moves. You get me? with AEW, they're hitting you with nonstop wrestling the entire time you're there. When we
Oh yeah,
went, what was it? It was a Dynamite and Rampage show, so it was a back to back, and then after that they had more Ring of Honor, dude,
yeah.
which is
No,
awesome. Like for those hardcore wrestling fans that just want to watch like actual wrestling, like they don't care about the lights, the costumes. They just want to watch the action. That's that's AEW for you. And then if you want just like emotion driven and just legit physical wrestling, you go to New Japan
yeah.
because
I was
like
just
the physicality of it just draws you in, dude.
right, and then it's like it's just wrestling. Like you don't
Hmm.
want to hear it. Like AEW might have like they'll have like a promo or
Oh
like people
yeah,
going back and forth. Like
yeah,
New Japan is just straight up
just straight
just wrestling.
wrestling.
Like
During
the
the My bad, go ahead.
I would say like the only time you hear them talk is like those post matches
Yeah,
or like the press conference like beforehand when they kind of like UFC like when they have like the everybody up on like the stage
yeah.
answering questions
They,
and
they don't really talk much. I was gonna say when we went during the Ishii and Gabe Kidd match when it ended, Antonio was like, "Dude, I love how like the whole crowd just got together for the final pin, and we all just exploded." He was
Mhm.
like, "I fucking love that shit." I'm like, "Dude, that's wrestling, dude." We were
Right.
all behind that pin. We knew it was over, and everybody, 1, 2, 3, and we all just, yeah,
Yeah, dude, that was such a crazy moment that I feel a feeling that I didn't get from like the live event that I went to. But it was just two different things.
exactly. Oh, you've
Yeah.
been to a TNA show, so how was that?
The TNA show, I would say it was when they were still like building up. I feel like now they've gotten themselves to like a level of like
They're back up. Yeah, that was when they had just announced they went back to TNA, right? The name Total
yeah,
Non-Step. Yeah,
yeah. So there's some stuff like it was at like it looked like a high school church type of place.
it was a
Like
smaller venue. Yeah,
like obviously they had like curtains and stuff so you don't see everything. But I mean it was like great matches and all, don't get me wrong. But like there was still like like commercial breaks. And so like in those commercial breaks they would like interact with the fans. So
yeah, yeah.
it was ABC, Chris Bay and I think Austin is his name
Okay.
versus the other team. But throughout the whole match, everybody kept on yelling, "Twist his dick, twist his dick."
It's a lot more of an amateur scene. It sounds like, right?
Yeah, and so during like the little break,
Yeah,
they twist each other's like not actually, but like they grabbed each other from the crotch, and both of them just like.
I get you. I
So
get
like
you.
it was like that was interesting, and like the smaller crowd like it felt more like I don't know like interact not interactive like it just
Into
felt
it.
good, but they had like vignettes because I feel like there's these they kind of run like similar to like WWE type of style like of a
Yeah,
show, but we couldn't hear anything, and I think that had to do with like how the like still low like tier they were
budget.
at,
Yeah.
low budget, and the crowd chanting was they were chanting we can't hear shit, but it was
Yeah,
fun. It was fun. Don't get me wrong.
TNA, like you said, it's definitely building itself back up because although at one point it was like the number two behind WWE at one time, it obviously fell down pretty hard, and it was only kept up by the talent that it had for a good while.
Yeah.
And but now it's definitely rebranded itself. It's back to not where it's not to its prime, but it's definitely one of those shows where you're like, oh shit, TNA, yeah. And then now with they're evolving with WWE, it's getting back up to that level.
Hmm.
It's awesome to see.
Yeah, that's true. And now you can see like they were kind of like the opening gate towards more collaborations. Have you seen how WWE announced their partnership with
AAA.
A? I was gonna say AEW. I was like, oh no way.
No, 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 man. You're about to get cease and desist by Tony Khan. He's freaking out right now.
Yeah, I would say with AAA. Well, I don't
They
think it's
acquired them.
collaboration. They acquired them.
They
Yeah,
acquired them. Yeah.
yeah, which should be interesting to see what's to happen.
The Worlds Collide event sounds awesome.
Yeah, um,
I don't
they got
think we're
some
gonna
pretty
have
good people.
much WWE talent in there though.
That's true because it does say NXT as well.
It says the AAA, NXT, and WWE is in the logo. When I think of WWE, I'm thinking Penta, Phoenix, Mysterio. Do you get me? Like obviously the luchadors that aren't the main. But you also got to remember there's another PLE after that on the same day.
It's Backlash, and then yeah, I know
Money
it
in the
was
Bank. It's Money in the Bank.
I seen they announced it, and maybe it was like either they announced it on Saturday, but then they like did another one
Hmm.
where it said like on Sunday.
I believe it's the same day, but I believe Worlds Collide is like early in the day.
Look it up.
I believe it's Worlds Collide and then Money in the Bank following it.
Oh yeah, because right here it says Worlds Collide 11:30 a.m. Pacific time.
Hmm.
Money in the Bank 3:30 Pacific time,
Yep.
and that's from WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, I like it, man. I love the collaboration. I think this just shows you that Triple H is willing to work with anybody. I would think they would be willing to work with AEW too, but obviously, like we said before, I think Tony Khan wouldn't be.
and I feel like maybe both sides could probably ruin it with the jabs to each other.
Yeah, like I definitely WWE isn't like they've definitely haven't been clean cut. I would just say that they definitely be like, all right, we'll put some differences aside and let's make some money.
And I think maybe there might be too many egos that would say like their top guy isn't going to take a pin from their top guy,
Oh yeah, that would be the biggest fucking thing.
whereas like a mid card, like like they could see it as like it's a good fight. I don't mind
Hmm.
getting pinned or DQ or something.
I'd say there's guys like that on both sides that they're
Hmm.
like, that's fine. Like
But dude,
it's just the wrestling.
I seen this video where Tony Khan said that WWE is the what's the name of this like its producer that was charged for like sexual assault or something.
Are you talking about Harvey
Well,
Weinstein?
yeah, yeah. He said they're the Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, I think I've heard that interview. It was a while ago.
I was like, that's
That's
pretty
wild.
like yeah, that's intense
But
take.
I don't. If he meant just Vince McMahon and some of his head goons, then maybe he wasn't that far off. But you can't say that about the company now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously we're not saying Vince was at that guy's level or whatever. We don't know the full thing. I can't, you know, say shit about people. But I understand that sentiment. But like the entire company itself, nah, dude.
Yeah, because he said over there the whatever the guy's name was,
Harvey Weinstein,
yeah, Harvey Weinstein, is a Harvey Weinstein
WWE
of yeah,
of wrestling. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that shit.
he's a wild boy for that.
I
Um,
mean, he's young, no? Tony Khan, he's like in his 30s, 40s.
yeah, yeah, he looks rather young.
Yeah, he's
Um, but yeah, man,
he's a Twitter finger person.
right? But yeah, man, it's just been a pleasure these last 2 weeks of
Just wrestling.
just nonstop. It feels like every day you're getting some news, whether it's the big leagues or like pictures of like the wrestling conventions, and you'll see former legends like linking up again.
Yeah,
The Hall of Fame. There's I'm not sure if you've seen the pictures of Booker T asleep.
I've seen it. Yeah, Becky Lynch was also asleep too.
Yeah,
She's like,
but Booker T said I wasn't asleep, I was praying. And then
that's funny.
it wasn't available to the public, but there was just like we said, there'd be like fan leaked videos of
The
the
roast of
roast.
WrestleMania, dude. I haven't watched anything. I got to look some up on YouTube.
Dude, it's funny as hell because like people that know like the like Tony Hinchcliffe,
Yeah,
like their format of stuff. I wouldn't even say that. People just know like Comedy Central always has the roast of this guy, the roast of that
yeah,
chick, like, and I think just in general, people like most fans would know a roast like you're insulting somebody.
I
You're
got you.
not doing like a silly joke, a stand up special, like you're making fun of this person.
Yeah, but
And
it's
there's
all in good fun.
a lot of people that are like, nah, man, Nia Jax took it too far. She mentioned like her divorce or something.
Oh, for real, dude. I definitely gotta look some
She
shit.
was like, I listened to it a little bit shortly before we got on,
Okay.
and she's like, yeah, my name is Nia Jax. Yeah, I injured half of the roster, and I don't give a fuck. I'm like, dude, that's like, I can't believe
That's
it. I see so much shit like, oh, like they took it way too far. Like that's like you know, some people weren't even there, and like they're not actually friends for them to be talking to each other. Bro, you guys are soft. Like, what the
Like
fuck? Have you never sat at the lunch table with like your homies or like and just shoot
just
the shit?
just
Like,
talking shit. Yeah.
some of the stuff that was on, like, dude, Nia Jax. You gotta watch if you watch anyone watch Nia
Watch
Jax.
hers. All right.
She was like, Cody Rhodes reminds me of a politician. He'll suck any hairy nuts to get a push.
Damn. That's funny. Nah, that's
Man,
awesome, dude.
yeah, and then Paul Heyman, dude.
Paul Heyman went off too.
Paul Heyman went off. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say too much. So, you know, you could go watch it.
I'm gonna
It's
have to look some up.
yeah.
It sucks if they don't ever release that. Like, why wouldn't they? I hope they're like, I hope they filmed it and
Dude,
they're like
even
editing it
Triple
up.
H at the end, Triple H closed it off, and
Really?
he was saying some shit. Because now it was like Rey Mysterio couldn't reach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, but he mentioned something about that, and then he went on like a little like 2 or 3 minute like just talking shit, but at the end he was like, and if you don't like that, I got 2 words for you, and the crowd was like suck it, but he was like, fuck off.
Dude, yeah, I hope they're like packaging it up as like a DVD. Well, they don't even make DVDs anymore, just straight streaming
Dude,
or whatever.
I'd pay to watch that, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they do. Like, that'd be so smart. Like, I get it, make it an experience for the people there, but I want to fuck. As a comedy fan and as a
Yeah.
fan of wrestling, I'd like to fucking see that shit.
What's off the bat, like something like if you were there, you could roast somebody, what would you?
What would I say?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not that great of a comedian.
I'd probably say something like Paul Heyman being like a whore because he just hopped on to the next
so
big
much
thing.
big. I would say, I mean, I guess, I know John Cena's the GOAT, but in terms of hairline, it's either him or Paul Heyman. This Paul Heyman is crazy. And Hogan is right there too, but we don't associate with that fuck.
I seen it on Pat McAfee show. Cena said he got a hair transplant.
Ah, okay. It didn't look that bad during Mania, dude.
He said like by the end of this like run, if you see me with long luscious hair, that's why.
Bro, he's pulling a Jimmy Butler and just different hairstyles. Imagine.
his last fight, like appearance is him with the fucking
with the emo and the piercing.
some guy liner on.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be fucking awesome if he does do some shit like that.
Yeah, but I mean, man, to start off about WrestleMania, dude, Paul Heyman, like,
you're going right for it, huh?
yeah, I mean, we got to. It was like one of the most like, how much did you cry? Did you cry 1,000 rivers?
I was pretty quiet for like a good minute.
We're just like,
not like that, but I was just like,
I can see the pain in your eyes.
I really thought Punk was gonna win. I was scared that they were gonna have Roman win.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I hope that doesn't happen because although I guess he could need a win, he doesn't really need it. None of those guys need the win. But the one that needed the win the most was definitely Rollins.
Yeah, I would say, before I say anything, is like, yeah, he got the crotch shot on CM Punk, but when he did it to Roman Reigns, dog, he was spreading that thing like some peanut butter.
It's literally. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what are you doing, bro?
You just hear him slightly moan, like. But man, I think it was good. Like, Paul Heyman was like the last person that was still with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
This finally has him free of anybody. Didn't come with the red, for the bloodline or anything. Just black and white.
Just black and white. Yeah.
And now it's gonna be interesting to see like his build up from here. Obviously, with Raw, they showed that they're still gonna be connected in some sort of way. Backlash coming up. It's Paul Heyman's Backlash would have happened, or
Yeah, I think we're getting a tag.
Punk and
Braun jumping into the scene.
Punk and Braun versus Roman and Cena. You think?
I think it'll be Braun and Rollins versus Punk
Wait,
and
what did I say?
you said Cena. I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I meant
unless
Seth.
unless they're going the singles route, then they could do Braun versus Roman and Rollins versus Punk.
I would. Yeah.
But I don't think you
Yeah.
need to do that anymore because we already had the singles match between Punk and Rollins twice. The cage match and
Maybe.
the Raw debut.
Maybe Punk versus Braun. Get Braun over.
Yeah, I think we'll get that like at a Raw,
Yeah.
like maybe the Raw before Backlash,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Who's
then
uh Who's somebody else that you could see if it's not just because I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be just them two that are together, Braun and Seth.
dude, it would have been so cool if Buddy Murphy had come back,
Yeah, the return of
and then
the
him
Messiah.
joining, yeah, and then him
Yeah.
joining Rollins again. That would have been sick. But I know he's still under contract over there. Definitely Braun, dude. Who else would I have liked to see? I guess you got to pick young guys, right?
I mean that would be interesting.
Who's
Because
another
like
young guy
they
that's
already got like the old like Reigns with
yeah,
Paul Heyman. Somebody said that it's we got Bane, Joker, and Mister the Penguin.
the Penguin? Yeah, I like that.
um, I mean, I can see if he wasn't doing whatever the fuck he's doing with the Miz right now, like Carmelo Hayes with him would be dope for like the high flyer, you know.
Yeah, but he's over on
Um,
SmackDown. I mean, I guess with hopefully we get a big shift in like
yeah,
the roster. Yeah,
yeah.
because SmackDown seems to have a lot more of the younger guys. I can't really think of many on Raw or that are free. You know,
Let's look it up.
because like JD's obviously with the Judgment Day. Finn is not young,
Some
although he
people said
looks young.
Finn should go with them. I'm like the fuck. The
Nah,
guy
because
that took 7 years out of his career. You think he's gonna do that?
I was gonna say Seth and Finn have beef like obviously on screen, not in real life. So it's like
Yeah,
nah, they got too much history. Um,
Austin Theory
dude,
or
so
Bronson Reed if he were to
if he
return.
comes, yeah, low key, because he's been kind of quiet. He might have like, yeah, I would
He,
say he comes back.
but he did. He like was
Yeah,
having
no,
a feud.
him and Rollins were beefing. Never mind.
Yeah. Damn.
He
Or
would be
maybe.
one I could see Punk getting as a tag partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
One
Facts.
because he left as a heel, but then he left injured, so people were kind of like, well, that's a good time to turn somebody. And since he really doesn't have a good route of a heel right now, it'd be perfect for him to come back like that as a mystery tag partner or some shit like that.
Yeah. I can't believe Rusev is back. Um, like maybe him. That'd be like
Yeah.
Braun is like the bruiser, like the fucking like the young talent, and Rusev as like
The
just the
muscle.
destruction, the
The
muscle,
muscle, yeah.
or maybe
Yeah,
like
because that would help
somebody like
Rusev a lot
Kaiser.
more too. I would say Karrion Cross, but I love where Karrion Cross is going with AJ. Keep
Yeah.
that shit going.
Have you seen that promo he did? The shoe interview he did with Sam
Yeah,
Roberts?
yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
that,
Cross
that,
is dope. I liked him in NXT, man.
I wasn't crazy about him at first, but it was just seemed like poor booking, to be
Yeah, no,
honest.
his first run, he got fired and then brought back by Triple H. But then when he got brought back, nothing was really going on with him either.
I was with this rise of him as of late.
Hmm
I watched some of his NXT stuff. Fucking
Dude, he's dope, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was really good. And then when they brought him over, obviously the first run was just a waste. Vince McMahon didn't know what to do with him.
And the fact that he actually has that fighting background
Yeah,
is
like
even more sick.
yeah, him and I don't know if he's gonna go by Malachi or Aleister Black, but he also has some jujitsu training as well.
I wonder what's gonna happen with that.
This Friday, dude.
Yeah,
Today. Fuck, it's today.
today's Friday. Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying today, because it was like 4:25, and I just looked at my computer. That's what it is. It's today. Now that's sick.
Um, I'm
I wonder what
excited.
name he'll take. Yeah, I wonder what name he'll take. I think we've dragged on a little bit long enough. I mean, I know we mentioned the Paul Heyman, but let's get into further WrestleMania, dude.
Oh yeah. Got a little scatterbrained over there.
No, you're good. It's just like you said, we've been busy with life, busy with wrestling. It's hard being a dad, but we love it, and it's
Yeah.
even harder being a wrestling fan. But again, we like that too.
You know what sucks? It's just having this new job and fucking no, like not the
Yeah,
new job,
the
but
hours, the
the
hours.
hours, dude.
Yeah.
3:30 in the morning is sick, like in the worst way possible.
Dude, what sucks is now I'm starting to get out late at work, so now I'm getting home like at 2 in the morning or past 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it's like by the time you get home,
You're leaving.
I'm waking up and getting ready.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, but hopefully we can work on like a consistent thing, like schedule or something.
We gotta
Or
try to work weekends, and it's just the weekends is usually when we gotta do our dad
go,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
like go be a dad.
that's what I was saying. It's fucking hard.
Being a grown up sucks. Don't do it, guys. Just 18,
Stay.
just nah, nah. Just kidding, guys. Don't do that.
They're gonna come back and find you. Dude, overall, I mean, Saturday we were together at a birthday party, so that's how night one went. How did night two go for you?
Night two was, I mean, I feel like from start until the finish. I think literally like until the finish because the match before Travis Scott came out,
Mm-hmm.
it was great.
Yeah,
Everything was great.
I
What
agree.
was like one of your favorites, like favorite
What?
fights?
Uh, Tiffany versus Charlotte,
Yeah,
bro. They were hitting each other for real.
yeah. Tiffany looked like she like chipped a tooth.
Yeah, she had like a chip tooth. She had a big ass welt on her forehead. So I noticed it
Yeah.
during the match. I mean, obviously they had heat on each other, right? It was a
Mhm.
heated rivalry. So I knew they were gonna go in, but I was also gonna see how are they gonna play. Are they gonna go in and right away like start just fucking hammering each other? Or are they gonna go into normally? And it started out like it seemed like a regular match. I was like, okay, and you can still see Charlotte was still talking to her. They were still talking to each other. But then there were parts in the match where they were both hit each other. Like if it wasn't Charlotte that hit her hard first, Tiffy would, and then Charlotte would fucking hit her back. And dude, it was hard.
Yeah, it did seem like some moments they were kind of like one was waiting on the other to see what like what they're gonna do.
It seemed like there was moments too where they were sandbagging.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
said, it seems like they just didn't fuck with each other at first, but then it seemed like as the match went on, they were like,
Excuse me.
"Whoa, we could still put on a good match," and they did. It was a great match.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tiffany goes to Raw and Io goes to SmackDown,
Either one would be good. I mean, they're both big.
or like even just possibly Charlotte going to Raw.
I don't want her to beat another Japanese superstar, dude.
Oh, Io Sky,
Yeah,
you want her to have the push?
yeah, I want Io. Well, no, I really think Roxy is going to be her next opponent. I had seen that they said that she's on her way up, and that she's going to get a big push off the start.
Yeah. I mean we can segue to that, dude. That match was probably match of the night
The triple threat,
of just fighting wise.
dude.
They put on a show. It was the opener too, right?
Yep, tonight too. I was at
Yeah.
my wife's aunt's house, and her cousin was there, and she's like our age. And I was just like, hey, do you mind if I just watch it on the TV? And she was like, go ahead. And I put it on, and she was like, oh, is this live right now? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, is John Cena still wrestling? I'm like, he's the main event today. And then she was like, oh, I used to watch this because my brothers used to make me watch it. So I was like, cool. So we watched it, and the first match was the women's match. And then my aunt's wife, my aunt's wife, my wife's aunt got into the mix too, and she sat down and she started watching it, and she was like, hey, the Japanese one can really go. She's really good. Yeah, she was like
That's
really
sick.
impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like really impressed. I was like, that's why she's the champion.
Right.
Yeah, so that's
Honestly.
awesome, dude. Great match.
Yeah, dude. And you see the next day on Monday Night Raw, Rhea Ripley had the black eye.
Yeah, I wonder when she got it.
Yeah, I'd probably have to look back, but
I gotta go back and watch
they were they
exactly
were
when.
they were going at it, man.
Dude, they were all great. The spot when what did Rhea do? She got where she hit something on Io, and Io rolled right perfectly into Bianca's KOD.
Hmm.
Ah,
Yeah,
what was it? What did Rhea hit her with? Was it something off the top rope?
it might have been trying to do the riptide, no,
Was it? Yeah, if it was the rip,
or either that or her submission.
it was something. She did something to her off the rope, maybe. And then as soon as Io fell, Io like sold it by like standing up, like fuck it. She rolled right into the KOD. Dude,
Yeah.
the finish was awesome too.
Uh-huh. Yep.
The how she stayed up there, and then Rhea hit her with the riptide, and then the moonsault.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say if that isn't my favorite match, then it's probably the Fatal 4-Way, dude.
Dude, let's go. Dominic.
You want that Daddy Dom shirt now, dude?
I have it on right here.
You got it tattooed.
uh that was such a great match, and I mean it sucks to see Finn Balor get pinned again, but it just sets up their feud,
Oh
the
yeah.
inevitable that's gonna happen.
Not only that, the way the crowd erupted was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It's the like it forced like
The the turn and the push.
yeah, yeah. And man, I wonder what's to happen now. I can see like them trying to give him like the Eddie Guerrero type of treatment, like where
I
he's
mean,
still cheating to win,
yeah, yeah.
but the crowd loves it.
Dude, he might have stepped into that not superstar role, but like when Eddie was young, when he came over and they didn't like him, but he had some charisma, and then like you said, the champ, and then his antics got the crowd over. He might, dude,
Like they
literally
might be giving.
be
He's in a position now. I feel like where they're probably gonna give him stuff, see what he can do with it, and if it's
yeah.
good, they're just gonna keep on going and keep on going.
Bro, I just watched a video of like backstage after Dom won. He was walking backstage and he had it, and off to the other side of like the hallway was fucking Scott Steiner, and he was like, "Get this on camera, get this on camera." And he was like, "Hey,
He's like, "Fuck
hey,"
you."
he was like, "Hey," and then Scott was like laughing. He was like, "Hey, man, fuck you." He's like, "Get this on camera." He's like, "Yeah, get your boy." I was like, "That's awesome, dude." Nah, this was one of those like what do they call it? Like a coming of
Coming of age. Yeah,
yeah, where like you're not a superstar yet, but you're in the doorway. You get me? You're in the room now. This was
yeah,
definitely his moment because of the
yeah,
way the crowd reacted. And then he went back in to celebrate again.
yeah. That was Finn was like, "What are you doing?" Like,
Yeah, and then he was like, "Fuck it," and then he went in there. Yeah, I could tell that was either he was like,
there,
"Fuck it, I'm gonna get one more," or they told him to go back in.
there's video of the camera guy going like making signals like, "Go back, go back."
Yeah, because a lot of them have earpieces too by Triple H, and Triple H will make the call like, "Hey, have him go back in there."
Yeah,
Shit like that.
that
The
was
ref too.
but that was awesome. Like, and then now with his like after the match stuff, where he's like, "This is just proven I'm the greatest Mysterio of all time, greatest luchador of all time." Like it's
See, he's over now, and then he's still a fucking heel.
right, right. So
It's
I mean,
awesome.
it's hopefully they go that route of giving him like the Eddie type of vibe.
Yeah, going into Mania, at least for that match, I wanted Penta to win. I thought they were gonna give Penta the win just because he's the big guy. But I also thought Finn was gonna get it because there's been rumors of him getting a big push since the beginning of the year, and he's the locker room leader. So I was like, okay, this is definitely his moment then. But
Hmm.
I love it. I love that they're not giving it right away to Penta. They're making us wait because that's going to be worth the wait too. And
Right.
then I think Finn eventually gets his too, man. I don't think they're gonna sleep on that at all.
I I I felt the same way. Or I did think it was a little too early for Penta, but like if it was gonna happen,
Yeah,
even
that was
better.
that was the time. Yep.
But I did feel like it was the end of Braun on the mid scene. Like
And then Monday Night Raw the night before answered it. He transit, dude. He is like the perfect fucking route. It's crazy.
yeah,
The fact that him and Tiffany Stratton both are 1 year come ups now, and they're
right,
both like that good and that big. It's like, damn, you guys got some generation there. Even Dom, but Dominic obviously didn't come to the NXT scene. He was a little bit more different. But then even props to him because obviously he has the dad, so he's like, okay, so I got it kind of like a nepo baby, but he's
right.
definitely not
But he's
not
definitely put in the work,
yep,
put
and he's
with
not in the
stuff.
chat. He's not really in the shadows anymore. He's making his own lane.
Right.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it, dude. I fucking love it.
it's pretty awesome. what was I gonna say? Uh, but to get back to Karrion Cross, him and like showing up there to like put it like no outside interference from somebody that's not even in this business. You know, I feel like there's way more to that.
Yeah,
Like these little seeds that they're planning for his storyline, like trying to be like the savior in a
of
sense.
wrestling. I like it, dude. And you know who would be a great person to pair him up with? Because he was kind of on the same shit. Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Uh, I think. Do you feel like maybe he goes into maybe something with Cena for
Who,
him to
Karrion
go against the
Cross?
Drew McIntyre, or did he run it back with Damon Priest since they're not you know
I think, yeah, I think Drew, or but there's also Fatu.
Drew go for the USA title?
I
You
think
think?
eventually he will. I think he's still gonna go at it with Priest. I don't think this was the last match. I think he'll have maybe like one more at Backlash,
Mm.
or maybe even two more. And then I think after that, I think yeah, if he's still winning, I think he'll go after the U.S. title after Fatu because I think Fatu's gonna go against Solo first.
Oh yeah,
I don't think Solo's gonna. Yeah, obviously, I don't think Solo's gonna like that he's the champ and he got a belt before him.
he's probably gonna try to big dog him.
Mm-hmm. And then Fatu's gonna come over on that one, and I think that's when Drew takes it. Nah, dude, Randy's next for Cena,
Yeah, yeah, that
and then
RKO.
Backlash is in St. Louis. That's his. That's
Do you
his
think
place, dog.
there's no way that they put it on him right away, right?
No, 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 no.
Nah,
He's not winning.
probably like a DQ or something.
He's something. Yeah, Travis Scott's gonna come out.
I don't want to talk about it. Dude, I think I was just so much more mad that that happened because I stayed awake to watch it, and like I said, I work early as fuck in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, I legit like, I was expecting it to finish like at 10 or something like the night
It ended
before.
early.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I
What do I do
fucking
now?
locked my phone, pushed it to the side. I was like, this sucks, like being a kid, like when you're like the weekend's over and you got to go back to school. I was like, oh gosh, this
Yeah, this
freaking
fucking
sucks.
sucks. That's
That
wild.
that's how I felt. Um,
Hmm.
but man,
We'll talk. We'll get to the ending right
yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah.
I don't know. We'll get to the final thoughts, but
What do you think it comes from AJ Style after this?
hey, he's going into something with Karrion Cross.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
It'd be cool to see, them two like it's a beef, but they end up like just becoming like a team type of
yeah,
deal.
I would like same. I was gonna say something like that. If not, you could also give AJ one last run at the big title against Jay. I think that'd be a great match, man.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, like
Like I know they're both faces. And you could keep them faces, and you could
or
just have AJ be like, if I don't win this one, I'll never challenge for the title again. Shit like that.
yeah,
Because
true,
he's,
true.
I think he's on his way to retire.
I I mean that's good. That's a good point. Or maybe him with like the backlash on Logan, getting one up on him.
Yeah, he definitely needs to run it back with Logan. I definitely fuck that shit, dude. That was probably like the worst moment of the weekend for me was AJ losing to Logan Paul.
I'm not gonna lie, though, it was a good match.
No, the match was great. I just
Yeah.
didn't fucking want him to lose. Like, what's
Uh.
his fit? Logan Paul as a performer is great, but obviously, I just don't like him as a person. Most people don't. And
Mhm.
then him just being able to say, "I beat AJ Styles at Mania," just hurt.
Yeah.
That hurts worse than Goldberg kicking Bret Hart in the head. I've lived with that, for a long time, and I'm okay with it.
You would be like Bret Hart talking about Logan
AJ
Paul beating
Styles,
AJ
yeah.
Styles.
I'm in a rocking chair. 2025 was when Logan Paul beat AJ.
I've never watched wrestling since.
I just like long ass hair, long ass beard. I've never shaved, showered, or anything since then. Just don't like life anymore.
I something that like it might not happen, but I feel like there's been like little stuff with Finn mentioning doing the Bullet Club
Yup.
thing and saying too sweet.
Hmm.
Like I don't think something will come out of it, but like he wouldn't like be allowed to say that for no reason.
Dude.
And Cody Rhodes also, I think, might have been the one before Mania where he did his bulletproof thing, a
Yeah.
Bullet Club thing, and I mean AJ Styles, like
Dude,
I feel
AJ,
like
Finn, and Cody together would be nuts.
yeah,
And then
to
carrying Cross too as like their muscle guy,
oh yeah, that'd be
because
dope.
you don't have Arn Anderson no more. Not Arn Anderson.
They haven't had Arn Anderson in a while.
What am I thinking of? Luke Gallows. My bad. Well, I don't know why I said Arn Anderson.
The Good Brothers.
Yeah. So I was like, they don't got them no more. So I was like, perfect. You need a big muscle guy. You got Karrion Cross.
And plus, with The Rock wearing the New Japan shirt and posting it online, it doesn't do that for no reason.
Jeff Cobb coming over. Oh,
I
dude, he might join Rollins.
oh, true, true. I can see that.
I know he's not a young guy, but if you need someone if you're gonna throw him on the main roster right away, and you need someone to kind of be on hey, this is a new guy that's gonna be, the next top guy. Boom, right there.
Yeah, true.
I forgot all about him.
Um, but yeah, with the women's tag team, that was I feel like it was more for Becky Lynch, like doing the heel turn. Like I feel like I don't know. It's just strange that they save that for Monday Night Raw and
The
not
heel
just
turn,
have them.
yeah, the heel turn makes no sense.
I feel like they should have had them lose, and like Becky's does it because on the big stage,
Yeah,
Lyra failed, and
either that or you build up a feud for a month with the tag titles, and then you drop them, and then you have her turn on her like at Backlash.
yeah, like what the
Like the next day
and
thing,
to
it makes
take
no sense.
to take away Bailey's WrestleMania moment, dude, not cool.
I don't really care for that. She got hers last year.
Nah, fuck that.
Are
No, I'm
you
just
like,
kidding.
what's his name? Just said that. What was his name? Corbin.
Oh, Baron Corbin.
Yeah, they just had an interview, and he was like pissed off. He was like, "Nah, fuck that. They did that." Yeah, he was like, "I took a whole day off because it really made me mad." The whole Bailey shit made him mad, I guess.
She did an interview with Van Vliet
Yeah.
and said that she's done all this stuff, but she's not on the cards. She's not on like this or that. And it was the one before. Well, it was dropped before Mania
Hmm.
or something. And she's like, "Oh, wait till you see what happens this weekend." Like she like kind of threw that in there because like the fan. She's like, they mentioned how like she's very underappreciated,
Yeah.
and she's like, but then she says it's probably like on her because she's not, busting through the door like, hey, I'm not gonna do this. Like I'm Bailey. Like
She kind of accepts everything.
it kind of seems like Becky got that Charlotte treatment where she just came in, got like now she has that on her resume, even though it is one day. Like she's a women's tag team now.
What they should have done though to keep Bailey's spot high is she should have came in for the save, but then I guess that would have ruined the whole heel turn. But this is what I mean. If they would have cooked the tag titles for at least a month at Backlash, she would have done the turn, and then
Hmm.
Bailey could have came in for the save at that
Yeah,
time, and then now you have Becky versus Bailey again, and you can make that for SummerSlam.
let's see. But man, shout out to Liv and Raquel though. They've been putting on good matches.
Dude, honestly, yeah, Liv is a really good tag team fucking wrestler. Anybody you
Yeah.
put her on with a tag team has done great. Remember her and Rhea?
Hmm. They
She's
have seems like they have a real good balance now. Like now it's really is like HBK and Diesel. Like
yeah, it looks they're really good together, and then
hmm
it's helping Raquel a lot.
yeah, because like without that, like what like what
What
do
is
you put
she?
her in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was a great move by them putting her in the Judgment Day, teaming her up with Liv. The tag titles on them, I like it. I'm not complaining. I like it.
Yeah. I think I would have liked if that whole shit with Becky didn't happen and they lost the titles at NXT.
Hmm.
So because I feel like that women's division is a lot better.
Dude, yeah, imagine if a NXT uh fucking faction would hold the titles.
Hmm.
That'd be crazy. Because then it'd bring up some like, hey, well, the main roster's got to step up their talent for the tag titles. That would have created such a cool storyline.
Uh, I did see with Julia and Roxanne attacking Stephanie and Io. Talks about like, oh, it'd be pretty cool if they did like a women's invasion, and they mentioned how like NXT is the best one.
Yeah,
Like,
they need to start doing something like that because the Evolution pay per view's coming back. That's the all women's pay per
oh
view.
yeah, when's it coming
Yeah,
back?
this year
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
they had it. I think in 2018, and it was just a one time thing. It was an all women's card, and they're gonna bring it back this year. So like, yeah, exactly what you said is exactly what they need to start planting the seeds for.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
And then that's cool because then that can hold, some of the big titles like just on hold. They can just put them on ice while they focus on like, you know, this company versus that company, or Raw versus SmackDown, Raw versus NXT. You don't necessarily have to worry about changing belts and then, the world title scene for at least a month.
Um, they should definitely not like have that with NXT, not just keep it as like a Raw and SmackDown. Because
Yeah,
if it's just those two, I don't feel like I'll be able to hold up.
but then that makes NXT look better. At
Exactly,
least
like
it
it's
makes
like
the women look better.
a well-known thing that their division is a lot better.
Yeah, why not have HBK rub it in Triple H's face?
Right. And like I feel like Triple H can recognize what
Yeah,
he's done,
he's like, all right, I see what you're doing.
Like they're obviously not gonna clear their card, have them win every single one.
Yeah,
But
yeah. The
the
talent's there, dude.
mhm.
The
There's
the
a
Ste- the Stephanie Vaquer and Io match was nice.
oh dude, yeah. They put on a show. Um that was pretty sick. It would have been cool if at some point they start doing NXT in Mania.
Yeah, I'm surprised they fully haven't yet.
Yeah, especially with it being 2 nights.
Yeah.
Um Another match I want to talk about was El Grande Americano versus
Your
Ray Phoenix.
your favorite?
Dude, he's pretty sick. It sucks. Chad Gable wasn't able to be on the show.
Yeah.
I think went to the Luchador. But like I
Oh,
get it, Worlds
second.
Collide coming up.
You think Chad Gable will be at Worlds Collide?
He has to be, man. He went to Mexico to train. Like he's probably the reason why this is happening.
I think I think he personally bought Triple A.
Main event, final match: Chad Gable versus Grande Americano. Since it's his fault that he wasn't a Mania.
How'd you like
Yeah,
the entrance?
the whole thing has been hilarious. The
Yeah.
voiceover,
Yeah.
voiceover, dude.
Yeah. The mariachi was sick though.
Dude, 450, the reverse 450 senton.
Dude.
I popped. I popped for that. I was like, holy
Dude, the
crap.
entire crowd was like, "Yo, what did
Yeah.
we just see?" I was the same way. I thought he fucked up. I had to look back at it. I was just like, "Yo, that is so clean."
Yeah, and it's like I don't know if it's been done before, but dude, that was truly
Like
insane.
I don't know if he was trying to go for like a double moonsault and like overshot it, but like
Yeah,
when you go back and look at it, his back is perfectly placed on Ray Phoenix's chest. You're just like, nah, that's what he was going for.
yeah, dude. And like it was such a like cool way of things to happen. The metal plate being used to actually be the thing to finish off Phoenix. When he kicked him. Which
Yeah,
first of all, that move is sick. The Adios Amigo.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
though. There has it's been so long since somebody has been able to use the ropes like he has.
Like Undertaker was the last one to really walk on the ropes like that. Fucking
Yeah,
a 7-footer, dude.
which was insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's crazy. But yeah,
and
that Adios Amigo is awesome.
he's gliding like a freaking ninja, dude. I'm love it. I like some people were mad that he lost, but dude, they put on a great show.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, yeah. Because he wasn't meant to be on the show at all.
Right.
So
I
like the
feel
fact that he got the shine and then worked great was awesome.
I feel like if it was Rey Mysterio, like obviously they'll put on a great match, but I don't think it's putting Grande Americano, not Chad.
Dude,
It would stunt his growth.
not only that, with like the way Mysterio's been looking lately, like I'm not fucking like I love the man, like historical
But yeah,
person. On
right.
my top 5, he's probably number 6. But
Mhm.
yeah, he just has not been wrestling the way he used to. I think it's just age, injuries. He just doesn't have it as much, and that's a danger not only to himself but also to his opponent. So I think him not being there made this match a lot better because I don't think he would have been able to put on the kind of match that these guys did.
Exactly.
I think
And
the finish would have been the same with the plate
yeah,
619.
619.
My foot. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he calls it this year.
yeah,
He's got to.
I,
They said it was like 4 to 6 months or something.
yeah.
Like you should just
At
you
Worlds
know
Collide.
yeah, that would be great. I mean, it would suck. I mean, he probably would want a last match, in there,
Dude, him versus
but
Dom at SummerSlam.
tie it all in.
I think you make it happen, and I think you make it the retirement match, and I think it's 2 nights. So I think you can make that the last night of night one, or the last
That,
event of night one.
that'd be a great send off to
Dude,
a
that'd be
legend.
awesome. Yeah, even though and I could tell you right away they both gonna cry at the end of the match. There's no way, even if Dom's a heel, bro, like that makes
Yeah,
such a great moment. And he
yeah.
puts Dom over. It's perfect.
It was pretty dope. There was a fan video of Ray like during when he won,
Hmm.
and you see him getting up and like grabbing somebody like, yeah, like, he fucking did it, like hell yeah, like it's still great to see. Great
Well,
shit.
yeah, because
Yeah,
they obviously they play into the whole, deadbeat or whatever, but they're not like that.
right.
Overall, I don't even remember what match we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about Grande Americana Ray Phoenix, dude. I love Penta's song, his entrance song, but now that I've heard Ray Phoenix, I think his is better.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for that shit to drop on Spotify to add it to my playlist. Dude, his song is awesome. I love his entrance, just the basic jacket with the double mask.
It's
Yeah.
from the jackets that they both wore were from their clothing brand that they have. It's pretty
Really?
sick. Republic of Lucha, I think.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, they have some pretty sick. There's like some like horror movie themed or
Yeah.
like luchador mascot.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
send
no,
you a
but
link.
his entrance, as simple as it was, so badass, dude.
And it's so great to see like just Mexican talent,
Yep.
and like so early in the career is just getting this like to be on this.
And then yeah, big matches, big like it's people might not think it's a big push because there's not no titles there. But again, you're at Mania, you got a solidified storyline, and there's people following it. Yeah, it's a push, dude.
And I feel like this can also like it was able to transition him to be on Raw without actually like doing much.
And then not really having to lean on the whole because they're eventually gonna do the Lucha Brothers. We know they're going to.
Hmm.
Like it's coming, but then you don't want them both to be tied to just that.
Lucha Bros versus the New Day is going to be
It's gonna be better than the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros.
oh dude, that steel cage match,
Yeah. Yeah. When the Young Bucks still had a soul and loved wrestling.
right? Man, we won't get into that. We'll stay on WrestleMania,
Yeah, we'll get season desist
but
again.
but yeah, that's something great that is to come. It would be to go. I just thought of this right now because I'm looking at the picture. To see like make Roxanne be the one that comes out and says, "I'm the one that injured Bailey."
Yeah, that'd be cool.
To
Keep
not
that
like,
because you still keep that story because they were supposed to have a match. I read they were supposed to have a match at Mania,
hmm
and then
that would have been
that
sick.
would have been
Yeah,
perfect.
but
What other matches did we see?
I mean, Jade versus
Jade vs
Noemi.
Naomi was good.
It was good. Nothing like crazy.
It was just a great match. Showed Jade's strength. Naomi's a great worker. Like I thought that was a really solid match.
Yeah,
Made
I
Jade look
definitely
great.
feel like for some stuff that had a storyline. Well, obviously this was a good storyline and it deserved the Mania.
Hmm.
That match felt like it could have been like the main event to SmackDown, like
Oh yeah,
going
yeah.
home.
Yep.
Whereas like maybe a ladder match with all those tag teams. I'm still mad about that, dude. That would have been great to watch
A ladder match.
for the men's tag team SmackDown.
Dude,
DIY Machine Guns,
that's this Friday, right?
Garza. Yeah, with
Or today?
DIY Guns and the Profits.
Hmm. They should have done that at Mania. Yeah, dude. Not only that, the Alpha Academy versus LWO, the match they had at Raw was so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they do something that? Look, there was definitely some blunders for the Mania. There's matches that should have been on there that weren't. Matches that were on there that shouldn't have. But
Yep.
I like the
Over,
event.
yeah. Overall, for people to say that it was the worst one of all time,
Nah,
like
people need to chill out, dude. Go
we
go
gotta,
watch WrestleMania 9.
yeah. Let's relax.
WrestleMania 11 isn't that great either.
Yeah, there's so much. There was a good stuff. Like even the Jay versus Gunther, like that was a pretty decent match.
It was.
Everybody expected a super kick party, but for him to do the power bomb and then to choke him out, that was great to
I
watch.
will say the tap was too fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Gunther had to. Gunther should have held out a little bit longer. I don't know
They
if
should have had him like pass out like
yeah, that would have
for
made him still kept looking strong. I don't know why
Mhm.
they didn't think of that doing that instead. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
But
Fatu versus
oh, Fatu versus LA Knight was fire.
that was oof.
LA Knight seems to finally have found his wrestling groove.
Hmm.
Like at
Yeah,
first he was still like okay because he became a star before he found his move set. If you kind of understand what I'm saying, you
yeah.
get
Because
me?
he there's no denying he has skills on the mic.
Yeah, like he found all of that before he found all of his wrestling moves. Obviously, he had like the BFT and like his moves, but now he seems like he has everything just straight locked down. He could do the top rope thing pretty good now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
He
what I'm
was
saying.
struggling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems like he's finally loose. Like he's fully the package now. And
Mhm.
Fatu is just
He's a star.
that yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, dude.
like there's no denying he's gonna be a champion soon.
Yeah, no, that dude is great. His moonsault is insane. Oh, the finish was awesome. Who came out to celebrate with him?
Was it Solo?
Nah, I think was it. It was one of
Oh,
the.
his dad, no, Tonga Kid?
Was it?
Tonga Kid or Haku?
I think it was Haku. I think I read it was Haku. Somebody came out to
Yeah.
celebrate him.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Rikishi should have came out to celebrate with Jay.
Yeah, but I mean Jimmy coming back though, that was pretty dope.
That was sick.
Yeah.
And then Raw, Sami Zayn coming out was also sick.
And a little hint, little sprinkle of a heel turn.
I thought he was gonna hit him there.
It seemed like Jimmy kind of stopped it from happening.
I mean, I really hope. I don't want to see Sammy as a heel. I think fuck that.
Yeah, but man, like he's like the perfect like baby face to be
Sammy,
honest,
yeah.
like
He,
underdog type of guy.
yep. Same with Rey Mysterio. Same type of shit.
But man, that's gonna hurt when he does
When
turn.
he does. Who? What other match? Damn, dude.
Like it
Drew
didn't
versus
feel like a
Priest.
lot.
Yeah, Drew versus Priest. How'd you feel about that?
A great match. It's like it's just like a filler. Like it was a violent match.
I like the finish.
Yeah.
The finish was awesome. The Claymore with the chair.
Hmm.
That was so great. And then the sound that it made was awesome. Damian Priest is also a great fucking worker that I don't think it's fully appreciated. He sells for his opponent like almost better than anybody else, man. He's such a great worker.
Yeah. Great performer.
Yeah,
He's
props to the Bondage Undertaker.
man. What other match? Like I'm trying to look at some, but like the cards are like those fan made ones, like Sheamus on here.
Well, yeah, we had
One of these has Sheamus versus Brock Lesnar.
New Day versus War Raiders. What'd you feel about that?
No, that's the match that should have been on.
Raw.
Like people are saying that this is solely for promotion for like a Viking game or something like that was sponsoring.
Oh, really?
So I mean, that's kind of whack. That's
If it
how
was
we're
that, then that's
that's what
whack.
we're determining what's on the Mania card because of sponsorship. Like, come on.
You gotta remember now too that it's not all Triple H's call because now that
Yeah.
they are owned by somebody bigger, they are uh, filled with advertisement. I mean, look at the ring, look at the UFC cards; they're also filled with advertisement.
Yeah.
Before the main event, fucking Bruce Buffer has to call out like a big ass little thing. This main event is sponsored by yada 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 yada, like a big ass fucking little paragraph, and then he finally gets to the announce. That's what
But
happens when
dude,
you're owned by a big ass company.
like, how did the people like? Did they just have their head so up their ass that they need to hear their sponsorship? Like, is the logo on the ring not enough?
I
Like,
get you, yeah.
you could tell, like, anybody that's a fan could tell, like, this just doesn't seem like it fits. Like, this match is brought to you by Progressive. Like, I don't care, Like, I know what Progressive does.
I mean, if you go back and watch wrestling the entire time, it's always had little ads like this. Raw is brought to you by Snickers. I remember Snickers always used to be a big one,
Yeah, Snickers is
and
always.
it still is. Slim Jim too.
Mhm.
Obviously, like I remember, JR and the King always saying announcements, but now it's definitely a little bit more excessive. There's a lot more ad breaks.
Jarritos ad with the LWO.
Hey,
What's
bro, get your promotion wherever you can. Get
what's
your money.
something that what's a promotion like a brand that you would like to see like on the ring or like give sponsorship other
Dude,
than us?
yeah, I'm surprised there's nothing for any like major like shoe brand. So many wrestlers
True.
just rock shoes now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm
Facts.
surprised no like Nike,
Dude,
Adidas,
Roman with
nobody
the
has jumped in.
Concord boots.
Is that what? Oh,
That was the inspiration.
But they were no, they were legit Jordans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he has like a cover or something,
I
but
know
like
last year he had like the thing with like it was like from Jordan specifically like from them.
I believe these are too because the bottom of his shoe when he was laying down at one point had a clear sole and it said flight across the midfoot. Yeah,
Oh
so I was
shit!
like,
It's yeah.
what? Yeah, I'm like, what fucking Jordans are these? I'm like, are they the 29s? I'm like, how the fuck does this dude have like 10-plus-year-old shoes just ready to go like that?
Right.
I was
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck?
Nah, that's just straight from
Yeah, it
Mike.
has to be. Yeah, because the logo is it his logo or was it the Jordan logo?
It might have been like his, his little.
His punching logo?
Yeah. I seen this video though of Jimmy Jay Uso on sneaker shopping, and he said that he put Roman onto sneakers. That before that he was wearing like there's a picture of him like everybody's. It was like some event or something. Everybody's casual with like Nikes or just like sneakers on, and like
Yeah.
Roman looked weird as fuck. He was wearing like loafers with like jorts.
It's the dad, bro. It's just the dad fit.
Yeah, dude, that dude has like 10 kids.
Yeah. Twins, right? He has like sets of twins and shit.
Insane, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
First
basically.
first twins. I'm getting a vasectomy, dude.
You're like, no more.
Nah.
No, yeah. Like I said, there's no major shoe company that has it. That's crazy. Like, so many
Yeah,
people wear Jordans. So many people wear Nikes.
right.
It's
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
I
dude.
think Becky's doing like Adidas right now.
I know. Ray used to wear like some type Adidas wrestling shoe
Yeah,
back in the day. Like you can see the three stripes on his. So I was like, I wonder why there's nothing like that that's bigger on there.
or is I think you mentioned before where Ray got like a cease and desist from Marvel that he had to stop wearing the Marvel themed mask, or
Yeah,
maybe DC.
I think so. Yeah.
Like that's why not? Let's put in like shit on your brand, like get a
Eh,
partnership going.
with the guy, yeah, you don't even have to get a partnership with the company. You have to get a partnership with the guy because I'm pretty sure Rey Mysterio owns his entire name and character.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah, because that just means that anywhere he goes, he has legality of his name wearing whatever he wants. So yeah, why can't you just? I don't have to make a contract with WWE, just the guy.
Yeah, dude, especially with like the last, obviously the recent MCU stuff has been pretty weak. But like when it was at its prime, like imagine all those masks he could have came out with, like
He could
Deadpool
have done something
mask,
awesome.
like
Yeah,
bunch of cool stuff.
a real life superhero, and they failed to cash in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they failed.
So hopefully soon with these new luchadors, they're able to do something.
I doubt it, man. I don't think they like him. But I don't think these wrestlers really care either. I think, especially the luchadores, they just
Hmm.
care about lucha, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Like you
true.
get me? Like they're like, whatever. We'll get by with whatever. It seems like lucha libre stars are like the type of like the only type of wrestlers that when they get fired or let go from somewhere, you see them working like the next day.
Yeah,
Like
they'll get fired from like their Mexican one, but then they'll be in like in an indie show in like
yeah,
Indiana
they're like, all
next
right,
day.
well, I got to keep working. Yeah, and it seems like once you're like a bigger star, like for example, when Sasha Banks left, it took her a
Hmm.
while to go back, jump into the scene. Now, obviously, she has a lot more money. She's able to do that kind of stuff. Well, while the other guys can't. But that just points to prove, like, dude, they just care about wrestling. They don't care about
Yeah,
anything else. Fuck
yeah,
sponsorships.
yeah. It's pretty cool how this
Unless it's
year,
our sponsorship.
right?
Mm.
Come on.
Mm. What is that? Oh, your C4? I thought you were about to, like, just crush it. Do the Sandman thing where you drink it and and then spit it.
Get it all over the PC.
Just malfunction.
Um, but it's real cool to see the recent popularity of Lucha Libre. You see
Yeah.
CML with AEW and
Yep.
MLW too. They're doing cool stuff. They're gonna be in Chicago next month, and then now with AAA.
Great talent, dude. And if you could have them work with you, why not? Have
Hmm.
good talent already in your doorstep. Build a relationship right off the bat.
Yeah,
I think we finally got into the point where we got to talk about the last match, dude. I think so, right? Is there any other match we need to get to?
I mean, it doesn't matter at this point.
I don't think there's. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that we
Like if we
haven't
couldn't
talked about.
remember it off the bat,
It wasn't that great. Oh, did you see when Bret Hart fucking rolled his eyes at Triple H
nah.
when they announced they did the Hall of Fame? You know, when they bring everybody out to the stage and they had
That
him. And,
motherfucker lasted an hour talking.
this is the one that they did at Mania.
Mm.
Like the second night too, when they had them all on the stage, and they had him and Stone Cold up there, and then you know how Triple H came out to his own song and did his own entrance. He went around shaking everybody's hand. He went and shook Stone Cold's first, and right away when he did that, I was like, take a look at Bret the entire time. And then he shook Bret's hand, and then Bret was like, oh. Because you know Triple H got his hole with the water and was able to spit and all that thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
All right.
That's my goat. I don't give a fuck. We forgive, but we don't forget, and that's all the way down to the core, bro.
Oh yeah.
Nah, yeah, but it's time to talk about the fucking main event.
Such a great match.
Bad
Such a great
ending.
match until you hear Fiend, Fiend.
I've been hearing that shit for like the last 3 months, dude.
It's haunting me. It follows me everywhere I go.
And it sucks
Every
because it's not, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. That's the only Fiend I acknowledge. Nobody
yeah.
else.
The only Cactus Jack I acknowledge is Mick Foley.
Yup. Saying, dude. Baby! I
Uh,
agree with that.
but man, I mean, like, I guess you gotta do for business wise.
Look, man, the entire WrestleMania weekend was awesome. The John Cena and Cody match, could it have been better? Yes. You know, John Cena isn't what he used to be. If this was 10 years ago, that match would have been 5 stars, like solidified for sure.
Yeah,
But he just can't go the way he used to. And the way the match went, there wasn't much like in ring action. You get me? Like there wasn't really that many high spots. Like it was just the usual kind of match. But the ending is probably what just made it shittier.
but he did. I mean, I guess people were saying, because he did mention that he's gonna ruin wrestling.
Yeah,
So
I
maybe this is
understand
just
all that.
playing into the character or stuff.
Yeah, with the whole lack of wrestling moves, that's fine. And like I said, that all works for me. Him winning, that's perfect for me too. It was just Travis Scott came out, and when he came out, uh,
Took
I
forever to
rem-
get down.
yeah, and I remember I was telling again, I was at my my wife's aunt's house, and I remember telling them, I was like, "Oh yeah, The Rock's about to come out. Watch." Fucking never showed up. I look
They're
like a
like
fucking
fucking
liar. I was like, "The Rock's coming." They're like, "For real?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, watch." I'm just there.
coming out. I swear.
I swear to
I
God.
swear.
Just keep watching. Just keep watching.
You're like messaging him on social media. He's like,
Dude, where the fuck are you? I told them
really,
you were coming.
really, you gonna make me look like a liar?
Oh my God. Yeah, that ruined the match. If The Rock would
Yeah,
have came out, I get it.
and even like okay, so yeah, you're gonna put Travis Scott in there. You're gonna have him walk in there with the hardcore championship belt. Like, yeah, like maybe have him take out the ref and start beating the crap out of Cody. Like, get a chair spot. Like,
Yeah.
get the belt.
Okay. Yeah, no, when he took that crossroads, he was like smiling. He was like upside down, he was legit smiling.
Have you ever seen the picture of him in a Batman costume?
Yeah. Yeah.
It should have came
He
out with
should came
that.
out in that.
Yeah, on the zip line coming down.
That would be crazy.
But man, like that should have been night one, bro. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's the John Cena. It's the championship belt.
Night
But
one's main
man,
event was better.
oh man, or like opened up with that or something. I don't know.
Nah, it was definitely the main event. It was just the way that it ended sucked. Him getting to 17 works. Uh, it sucks because did you hear why The Rock said he wasn't involved?
Because he wanted the spotlight to be on them or something.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to be involved." I was like, "Then why insert yourself at the
He's
elimination chamber?"
right. He's probably fucking lying. Like he probably just was doing some Hollywood shit, you know?
Yeah, but then because I read that the plan was for John Cena to turn heel, but it was for him to turn heel at Mania,
Mm.
not at Elimination Chamber. So I guess the buildup was still gonna be buddy buddy between Cody and John. I'm pretty sure it was gonna eventually get heated. Like they were, you can't stay friends
Like little
forever.
things flaring up by
Little
as the week
jabs,
goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like John could have been like, "Oh, remember when you used to drive for me?" Shit like that. Like, oh,
Like
okay, so
backstage, like
yep.
remember when you were my little bitch? Like
Yeah, and then eventually it would have gotten heated up, and I'm pretty sure they would have gone into the match face versus face with the question of, all right, they've both been going at it. Who's gonna be the one to turn? That would have been much better because obviously everybody wanting the Cody heel turn, expecting it, like, oh, he's gonna boil over. But then it coming from John at Mania of all places would have been awesome.
yeah.
Made much more sense. That's what Triple H said was the plan until The Rock said, "Oh, let me get him at Elimination Chamber," because The Rock was there, so he was like, "Let me get him." Like, how else can we, make a bigger splash? It's like me and John.
Yeah. Fucking The Rock is wielding his power as usual.
Dude, he's gonna be the next Hulk Hogan, man.
Honestly, and on an executive type of
Yeah, like people loved Hogan till like the last
excuse me.
2 years, especially after the McMahon documentary came out. And there's a new documentary out right now on WrestleMania 9 that has him and Bret Hart talking.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Like
because WrestleMania 9 was the one where Hulk Hogan came in at the end of the match and had an impromptu match with Yokozuna to win the chip.
yeah.
'Cause it was Bret versus Yoko, and Yokozuna won clean. Well, not really clean, but it was like a clean pin. And then Hulk Hogan comes out, and Bret's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, just go, go." And then Hulk Hogan goes in there, beats him in like a minute. And then I think later in that year is when he shifted over to WCW. Yeah,
Maybe they go this route of just having Cena be like the new Hogan.
I hope. I think it's gonna be The Rock with like the bad, like if he's gonna start making bad decisions like this, people aren't gonna end up liking him for that much longer.
Might kill the momentum that they're building, that they've been
Yeah,
building.
yeah, because people still love The Rock, but people loved Hogan like in the mid 2000s when we were watching wrestling and he came back. People loved him, but then
Yeah.
eventually
Before I
everything
knew the
else.
truth, I was a
That's what I'm
fan.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everything else started coming out. He just kept lying and elaborating. So I was like, dude, if The Rock keeps failing with, plans or just inserting himself in situations he shouldn't be, same shit's gonna happen to him. People ain't gonna fuck with him no more.
Yeah, they gotta tell him to stop with that. But I mean, when you're at the top,
Overall, dude, like I said, I love the entirety of WrestleMania. Every match to me delivered. I think everything was great. There's nothing that was like a downer to me, except for like the
like
Travis Scott thing.
even the lack of that for sure. Even the lack of some matches had of storyline, they were all still great matches.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like the in-ring shit was still great. Everybody had their, great entrances. The crowd was awesome the entire time.
I wish there would have been a little bit more like cool entrances. Some of them were still like pretty like general. Maybe like a new like suit or so that they had, but overall,
Sky getting the basic entrance.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she's cooked.
I thought Charlotte Flair was gonna win.
Yeah,
because she had a big old entrance, and she came out after Tiffany. Tiffany came out first.
I feel like the maybe like the front office, like they knew like the crowd was not behind Charlotte.
Nah,
not even for her to be a heel type of winner. Like,
nah, I think they anticipated people to be behind her, but then they were like, nah, they're really behind Tiffany. So that was a great call.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Who would you say had a better entrance, Tiffany or CM Punk?
Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany had more like cool shit, I guess.
That shit was awesome. The Barbie box.
But dude, the through the fire. What's the name of the song?
This fire burns. Yeah, that little promo before.
Dude, that song is legit. Like one of my most listened to songs. I couldn't think of the
Yeah,
name.
Kill Switch Engage is the band. This Firebirds.
It was a cool callback. The gray sweater, the zip up.
Yep, the zip up hoodie. I think the yellow trunks was something that he wore at a Mania too,
Oh,
bro.
you can't see that shit.
Yeah, your green screen.
But yeah, like right away when you open my app, like it's right there. But that was pretty cool callback. I wonder how long they'll run with this babyface nostalgia thing with Punk and have him truly try his best as a heel. But I think just overall it was great, great 2 nights of wrestling.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome, man. I liked it. It was awesome. Great fucking event.
It just I think overall my closing thoughts is like it was great, but just goes to show you how insane WrestleMania 40 was.
Yeah, because it built up a lot of hype for this one. We expected a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, some people were really let down. I personally, I liked it. I've seen some WrestleManias that were duds, dude, where you're
Yeah,
just like, certain matches were great, going on too long. You're just like, what, But this one was great. I liked it.
right, right. But yeah, so what are your closing thoughts?
Well, I like the Mania personally. I think it was great. People hating on it should rewatch it and enjoy every single match for what it is. Don't really.
Like now with like that, like you're not expecting this, that, and the third to come
Yeah.
out.
The only questionable decision I would say that happened during the Mania was just Becky Lynch and Lyra win. If they're gonna have her turn heel so fast, they didn't need that win. They could have had her. They could have had them lose, and then at Raw they try to get the rematch, and then after they fail to get the rematch, and then she turns right there. That made more sense because now you're 2 losses with Lyra. Now it makes more sense as to why you're pissed off at her.
Yeah, like Judgment Day, like get the dirty win because they're the heels,
Yep.
and then have it again. She loses clean, and then it's like yeah.
That's the thing. It makes more sense in terms of just like, okay, we lost once. I'm mad at you. Like, nah, lose twice and then be mad at her, or keep the belts for a month because now you're like, oh, I like her. We're a good tag team. Look at her, and then I don't know where the shock turns.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
sure that'll lead to Becky probably beating Lyra, and then Becky versus Bailey. That's what
I
it
can see that.
should. It should lead into that now, and then Bailey
Bailey
should.
versus Becky SummerSlam or something.
Yep. And
Yeah,
then I think since they didn't give her WrestleMania moment right there, that
yeah,
should make everything right with all the wrestling fans that were pissed off about Bailey not getting her shit.
true, true.
Overall, though, dude, fucking great 2 weeks of wrestling. The New Japan show was fucking awesome. The WrestleMania weekend always fucking like awesome.
Yeah, hopefully stuff continues. There's no dry period, and we just keep it moving.
Yeah, dude, we'll get our schedules fixed up. Nah, you don't get no thumbs up no more. You're not cool.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Deuces.
Appreciate it. Whee!